So I've decided to add another section to my website where I teach you guys how to make friendship bracelets. So if you've never seen friendship bracelets, it's where you take thread and you create bracelets with different patterns and different colors like this, and you hand them out to your friends or even keep them for yourself. They're really fun to make and they're super cute, and some of the designs are very intricate and neat. So this video is just going to be the basics on what you need in order to get started. So first and foremost, you're going to need thread. So now this can be called embroidery floss, friendship thread, cotton thread, things like that. It's super fine thread like this, and there's different kinds. Like this one has a twist to it, so it almost looks more like a rope. And there's smooth ones that is used for cross stitching. So now you can find them in skeins like this at your local craft store, or you can pick up a box and bags of a starter kit of thread to make your bracelets, and they do sometimes come with some patterns. But then you'll have a variety of colors to try, and you won't have to just randomly pick colors. You can get a nice little kit that'll get you started. So then another thing you're going to want to pick up, and this is personal preference only, are these little card bobbins. And that's for when you use your threads or even just right away as storage. You have them on here, but as you begin to pull them out and use them, they can become tangled. So you take these cardboard bobbins and you wrap your thread around them, and they keep them more secure and they're easier to store, and they don't get tangled. So at the end of this video, I will show you how to wrap a bobbin like this. Then of course the essentials, you'll want a marker so that you can mark your cardboard bobbin, because each thread comes with a number that corresponds to its color, so that when you run out, you know what color of and you know what to pick up. So you want to make sure that you have a marker or a pen in your stash so that you can mark your numbers of thread. Then you'll definitely want a pair of scissors, whether you use household scissors or get a small portable pair to stay with your kit of threads so that you always can clip the ends of your bracelets and threads to the measured length that you need. You'll also want a measuring tape. You can get one like this or get one of those retractable ones, which I really want because they're easier to store, for, of course, measuring the thread that you need for your bracelet. Then depending on if you store them in your skein or your bobbin, then you might want to get a storage box like this where you can keep all your threads in different compartments and keep them color coded or just separate. But if you don't have a case, you can either just use a small carrying box caddy. You can also just keep them in a Ziploc bag or even a Ziploc container box. Then you'll want to just keep a small sewing needle with your kit for when your stitches don't quite end up right and you need to take them out. I find that a threading needle really helps pull them out. Then of course you'll need something to work your bracelet on. I prefer using a clipboard because you can clip your threads up here and it holds them tight as you work your pattern. But if you don't have a clipboard, all you need is some tape to tape down your threads to a table or a sturdy surface. Then of course you can't make a bracelet without a pattern. So there's these printable patterns on a website called friendship-bracelets.net. And they have multiple images that you can pick from. You can decide how many strands you want to work with, and then you can print them out to keep for your records. And those are pretty much the basics of what you'll need to get started. Of course, you don't need everything, and you can work up your collection as you get better and better with bracelet making. So now I'm going to show you how to wrap a bobbin. So you want to take a skein of your thread and get one of your bobbins. So when winding your bobbin, on your skein you'll have a wrapper like this that'll tell you the number of the color. So you want to go ahead and use your marker to mark it on this bottom tab of your bobbin. This color that I'm using to demonstrate doesn't have a number because it came in a colored kit, but you would go ahead and mark it right here on this bottom tab of your bobbin. Now before you go ahead and wrap, you want to pop the edge of these because they are perforated but they're not fully cut. So you want to make sure that they're loose like that. So after you've marked your number so you don't forget, you want to take off any remaining wrapper that is on your thread. And you want to grab the loose end tail of your color. So holding your bobbin, you want to leave a small tail in the center of it and hook your thread on one of the edges. Then you're just going to wrap it across the center piece of our bobbin until we fully have it covered. Then once you're all done, once you have a small tail left over, just wrap it as good as you can. Then you just want to link it through one of the openings on the bottom of your bobbin. So now your thread is all wrapped and secure and it won't get tangled with any of your other colors, and now it can be easily stored. So that's how to wrap a bobbin with your thread, and those are the basics you need in starting thread bracelet making. So I hope you guys like this. Please give me a thumbs up to know if this series will be good on my channel, if you guys will be interested in it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.